Hi guys, it's Jackie and I'm back to do a walkthrough of the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. I got it about a week and a half ago, but I kind of wanted to play with it for a while first before I do this review. I haven't done any video in probably a few weeks, so I thought it was time I got back on track. Just thought I'd show you some of my tattoos. Look, I have a beautiful feather here with a heart in the middle of it, and here's my tattoo and tarot inspired tattoo with my daughter's signature because she drew it and the tattoo was then just kind of tidied up a bit. But anyway, so this is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot, and it's by Linnea Weatherstone and Mirella Allwood. She's the artist. This is an absolutely gorgeous book. Before it goes like the aces, then the twos, the threes, etc. So before each section it gives a bit of numerology information, so it tells you what the twos are about, and then it goes through the 4 twos cards, etc. And there's the usual beautiful introductory section, how to use your cards, about reversals, a closer look, frequently asked questions, all that kind of thing. It also does go through because there's only 2 cards in the whole deck which have the original names, which is Strength and the Lovers. Every other single card has a different name. Now, I didn't look at this while everyone was talking about this deck. I didn't look at it because my OCD couldn't handle the fact that all the names were different. But not only are the names different, but actually, like for example, the 5 of Cups doesn't have any cups, let alone 5 cups. So I feel it allows me to, I have to look. Normally I'd pick up a 5 of Cups and I go, well, the 5 of Cups is about, instead of looking at the card and saying what I see and what I feel it means in relation to whatever someone asked and that kind of thing. So at least with this deck, because there's no cups on the 5 of Cups, I have to look at the picture. I have to see what's happening in the picture. I have to use my intuition as to what the meaning of the card is. So for that reason, I'm absolutely obsessed with this deck now, because I feel it is making me look at the picture more. Here we just have a little table with the original name of the cards and what the cards are called in this deck. This book is 228 pages, and that's including 10 or 20 journal pages to write in. I'm always afraid to write in those pages because it's such shiny paper. I'm afraid that whatever biro or marker I might use might end up smudging, and then it would wreck my head. So anyway, I might not write in that, but now we'll see. This is the bag I'm using for these cards. I got this in Lanzarote at the start of the year for €3 or €4. So there's a pocket here, small pocket for crystals. There's a pocket here where I put the cards. There's a pocket here where I put some information. So I have these printed out. They're the Biddy Tarot keywords. So those sheets are in there. And I also have this handwritten spirit animal meanings, because a lot of animals in this deck, so I like to know what the animals are saying in the cards. So I have gotten this info from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reid. So I've written out the ones that I need for this deck of cards. So those bits of information are in this pocket, and then I have one more pocket at the back where I have a beautiful tarot cloth to put my cards on. So that's the bag I'm using. I have decided finally on these crystals to keep with these cards, and it's a clear quartz crystal cluster with, I don't know if you can see, but there's like sand or something inclusions in it. So I'm going to keep that with them, and I'm also going to keep my star ruby. It's shiny on the top end, and then it's really rough and raw looking. It's absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to keep those 2 with it. So with that, I am going to go through the deck. I'm just going to grab the major arcana first. Yep. So here we go. Just going to get the information on the animals just in case I feel the need to discuss what animals are in the cards. But here is the White Heart, which of course is the Fool card. and he's starting his journey through the forest, which will be journey through life. And Stag Spirit says, take the lead. So this is about being this big brave stag and moving forward without any fear. So that's the white heart. Then we have the enchanter, which is the magician. We have a beautiful owl. Oh, I was going to say owl up in the corner. And of course, owl it's about seeing clearly, but owls also are wise. Wise, the wise old owl saying. So it's all about being wise like an owl. So that's the beautiful magician. And we have the wise woman, which is a fabulous card. There she is sitting by an apple tree. Apples have a significant meaning. But also there's two paths, as you can see. So normally in the High Priestess card there's a black and a white pillar, which is about kind of good and bad. So here we have a light path and a dark path. So it's about choosing the right path for you. She is throwing down bones, I think it is there. I know some people will know what that's about. I'm not quite sure all about that, but I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments, please, if you know what I'm on about. And next we have the Green Mother, which is the Empress card, which would be one of my favourite cards. I have to say I love her. And there's a squirrel. There's two squirrels. There's a nest here. Nests are all about home. The squirrel spirit, which I just want to check there now. Squirrel spirit is believe in yourself. There's hedgehogs, which are happiness, motherhood, calmness, relaxed, non-aggressive animals. There's a hare, and hare is about negotiate with grace, be ready to run if needed. So I think this is definitely about negotiating with grace. This is what mothers would do most of the time. Then we have the Emperor, and we have a warthog. It's called the Forest Lord in this. So he is quite the powerful leader type. And the information I have about warthog, which I got online, is they sense danger and have courage to face it, sniff out the truth of a situation. So that's warthog. Then we have the oldest one, which is the Hierophant. And again, we have an owl hidden up here in the tree. That is a fabulous, fabulous Hierophant card. That truly looks like a place you would go for information, for wise information. So that's beautiful. Then we have the Lovers, just a very typical Lovers card. The man and the woman lying at the base of the tree, staring into each other's eyes. There are some birds in it. And there's some sort of insect on a leaf up here in the corner. The Fairy Wind is the Chariot card. Very, very beautiful. I absolutely love every single one of these cards. This is the Strength card, and it's actually called the Strength card. People have been talking about how this is an older Snow White. I watched something on Netflix called Once Upon a Time, and Snow White in it is best friends with Little Red Riding Hood, and she helps her. Little Red Riding Hood in this program she turns into a werewolf at night under the moonlight or whatever, and she wears the red cloak if she doesn't want to change. That's it. But in the story of Once Upon a Time on Netflix, Snow White helps her to come to terms with the fact that she does change into the wolf and to learn to control it, and that kind of thing. So to me, that's what this card means. This is about learning to control your strength and your power and your, you know, inner abilities and that. So I think this is just such a stunning card. The Hermit is just gorgeous. Look at this. It's a badger down in his little lair with everything he needs to stay there and be on his own for a while he does his introspection and takes his time out and does his meditation and whatnot. And Badger Spirit says, be fearless and bold. So it's about taking that time out and summoning that inner fearlessness and boldness. And we have the Enchanter's Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune. I haven't looked up any of the animals and things on that yet. Magpie says, listen attentively to what is being communicated to you, and there's lots of magpies in the Wheel of Fortune card. We have the Huntsman, and we have two little deer here next to him, and Deer Spirit says, bring a gentle touch. And these are obviously very beautiful, gentle deer. And he is gentle because he's looking out for them. We have Suspension, which is the Hanged Man. And in the middle of the amber we have a dragonfly. And Dragonfly Spirit says, truth transcends illusion. The Black Shook is a wolf with fabulous big red eyes. And I don't know if you can see it, but here on the right hand side of the card there's a hand. So that's the Death card. The Forge, which is Temperance. There's so much happening in that card. Absolutely gorgeous. A lot of work been done in that card. The Liar, which looks a bit like Rumpelstiltskin, but he is the devil. Amazing artwork. There's a snake, which is about time to heal. There is a blackbird, I think it is. The snake is around the staff. A lot happening in that card. The Folly, which is the Tower. In the book there's a story about what the folly is about and what the meaning is about. Look at the colours. The colour change in the different cards is incredible. Blues and greens and lots of beautiful earthy colours. This is Starlight, which is the star. There's lots of goblin type creatures. Moonlight has hares in it, and hares are related to the moon cycles. That is just such a beautiful card. Sunlight, which is like the guy that they meet in Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. The half man, half, I don't know, goat or something. But it's beautiful sunlight. And actually in these three cards, Starlight, the sun and the moon, it's actual like real sunlight. You're nearly blinded looking at it. I know it doesn't look like it maybe here, but when you have them in your hands it's like, whoa, that's one bright sun. The Council of Animals. There's 12 different animals there, and they all have different questions for you, which are listed in the back of the book. Judgment. And finally, the World card is called the Wide World. So this beautiful stag has made it through the forest, and now he is on this pathway through this fabulous land ahead of him. And it's a case of what will this beautiful land bring about in his life? Where will these paths take him? So I'm just going to fly through now the minor arcana. So we have spells are wands. So we have wands first. So the Ace of Wands is what's called a fire drake. Now, fire drake spirit says, rekindle your soul's fire and use your strength to lead. So that's what this fire drake is about. So he is lighting, with the fire from his mouth, he is lighting his wand, which has some kind of a crystal on top. It looks like a clear quartz crystal. But he is lighting that anyway with his own fire to light the way ahead. And it's just such a beautiful card. The Two of Wands is a guy doing, I forget what these are called. Are they runes? Anyway, someone will know. So he has two and he's trying to decide which to choose moving forward. The Three of Spells is someone after putting 3 lit candles into walnut shells and sending them out in the water, and they're waiting to see what comes back. See what the ship's bringing and all that. Look at all the beautiful sparkles and what look like wisps or little ghosts or something flying around, and there's beautiful trees in the background and the most stunning colours. Four of Wands, they're clearly celebrating what's come through for them. All different coloured lanterns, and they're all little goblin-y elf type things, and they're going off through their part of the forest celebrating. The Five of Spells, there's a bit of mischief going on here. There's 2 of them turning the others into frogs, and Frog Spirit says, clear out the clutter, raise your voice and be heard. So this normally, a Five of Wands is a card of kind of minor arguments and disagreements and putting a halt into the work that's being done because there's too much arguing going on. So here the Frog Spirit anyway is saying clear out the clutter. So it's like get everything off your chest in order to be able to move on, you know, and raise your voice and be heard. So discuss it rationally, I suppose, instead of turning each other into frogs. It's so beautiful. Six of Spells is a card, normally a card of celebration, and here they're patting this guy in the back because he has used his magic wand and he has opened this eggshell, and there's a little baby fire drake after coming out. So they're all celebrating his wizardry. Seven of Spells is the fire drake warding off all these dwarves that are attacking him. So he's defending himself. The Eight of Spells is these owls flying through the air. Eight of Wands is about kind of something coming in fast, or movement forward. It can be about air travel, things like that. And again, it's owls, so it's about wisdom, and it's about seeing clearly, being knowledgeable. I'm just looking down at my animal notes every now and again when I draw a blank. Nine of Spells, Nine of Wands, it's about having that inner magic and bringing it up and using it to surround yourself and protect yourself while you're out in the dreary woods with all them sets of eyes watching you. Ten of Spells is even when you're feeling defeated, these 7 sister princesses are on the way home after a night out partying. Some of them are carrying their shoes, some of them are wearing their shoes, some of them are really wrecked looking, some of them are younger and still raring to go and trying to go back. The third one there, back, she wants to go back and keep partying, but it's about not admitting defeat, it's about carrying on, keeping going. And then instead of page, knight, queen and king, we have child, seeker, weaver and keeper. So this is the child or the page of wands. So he's there trying to transform this rabbit. He's probably after transforming someone into a rabbit actually. So with the page of wands, and then with the seeker, which is the knight. And if you can see this beautiful fox in this card, And Fox Spirit says, think on your feet. Now, this is the Knight of Wands, like I said. The Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords are the fastest moving knights. The Knights of Cups and Pentacles will be slower moving, because the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords are the male active knights, so they're faster moving. And as you can see, then we have a beautiful fox in this card, and the fox says think on your feet. So it's about, while you're moving forward fast, be able to think as you're moving, because you don't have time to sit down and think about it before you come up with a plan of action and move forward slowly. He has to move fast, and he needs to think while he's moving. And we have the Queen, or the Weaver of Spells. Looks like she's underwater, maybe. Look at all that magic around her. Absolutely gorgeous. And the King of Wands, or Spells. And he also has a fire drake. I don't know if you can see the fire drake. And he is manifesting his own fire there from his hands. Now we're on to the water suit, which is Visions. So we have the Ace of Visions. Beautiful swan looking in the water and seeing herself as a princess. We have the Two of Visions, which is two girls in a deep friendship. Three of Visions is three bears celebrating happily, dancing. This Four of Visions, I think, is just the most gorgeous. This guy is clearly having a sulk, clearly fed up. It is so beautiful. Look at his face. And we have, is that a kingfisher?